She came for a bike repair, but the real fix? A chance to rebuild her broken confidence and maybe her heart. What manga am I talking about? Let's find out, shall we? Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast you can find at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN, and I guarantee you'll find us one way or the other. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notification for when we release new episodes. And with that in mind, let's actually get to it, because if you remember for that last episode, I spun the Wheel of Manga. And I take time to be reviewing a very surprising manga, one which is a little bit of a hard sell, but one you might find intriguing. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Takahashi from the Bike Shop, and this is by Arare Matsumushi. And this was inspired by an incident that happened where Matsumushi-san ran into a hot guy at a bike shop, and he kind of possessed her thoughts. So she wrote a story about this. And this is a Josei series that is critically acclaimed. It has a live-action television drama adaptation, and it's recommended for so many things. It's ranked 10th in the nationwide publishers recommended manga 2021. It was 13th in the 2022 Kono Manga ga Sugoi guidebook list for best manga for female readers, and it's nominated for the 15th Manga Taisho and was ranked 10th overall. So it's got a pretty prestigious background behind it, but is it worth reading? Well, let me tell you what it's about. Well, it's a story of two people. First off, we've got one of our main characters, and this is Ryohei Takahashi. He is a guy who owns a bike shop. And every day he hears this person ride by who's got an annoying bike chain. Kind of drives him nuts. He's also 26, and he's kind of just he's not different, but more that he speaks his mind without filtering himself. So it'd be like, your shirt's ugly. No problem. But he talks his mind. And then we have our main character, and this is Tomoko Hano, who's also known as Panko. And she is a 30-year-old office lady who she's not really doing well at her job. She has her best friend, but for the most part, what happens is that she gets yelled at work. Her boss bullies her. There's a guy at her job who kind of flirts with her and kind of pushes himself onto her. She doesn't really say no, but she doesn't say yes either, so it's a little bit hard. Until one day, when she's riding home from work, going to go to the super convenience store to pick up stuff to make some potato salad, because she really likes potato salad sandwiches. Kind of gross, but whatever. And her bike chain locks up, and she trips and falls, and essentially the bike chain comes off. She doesn't know what to do. She's going to call the equivalent of AAA until this guy with bleached hair shows up and starts fixing it. And who is this? You guessed it. It's Takahashi. And he ends up fixing the bike, and she's like, you messed up your hands. Why don't I give you some money? He's like, no. Listen. Take this bike to a bike shop. It's really noisy. Also, your lights looks like it's going to be out. And she's confused because this guy's kind of blunt, but she's like, okay, thank you. And he kind of, because of this blunt interaction, she's thinking about it even when she gets to work the next day. Oh, and also she cuts her finger really grossly while making the potato salad. And the next day at work, she's just obsessed with thinking about this guy. And her bike chain is loud, and things are going not great at work. Until after dealing with her jerk boss, her friend, and the guy who's kind of flirting with her, this guy named Yamamoto, who really doesn't take no for an answer, she ends up thinking, I gotta get my bike fixed, and maybe I could do that another day, the day after later. And she runs into Takahashi again at a konbi. Turns out that this konbi, outside of it, there is a soda dispenser, and all the Fanta's gone. He took the last Fanta, but he gives her the last Fanta, and he says, oh, listen, why don't you take the bike to the shop? That light's going to go out. Well, what do you mean, your place? It's my place. It turns out he actually owns the bike shop. It was his dad's, now he owns it. So he schedules for her to come by and get the bike taken care of. And she doesn't want to do it because this guy's weird and kind of creepy and he looks like he's a biker bum, but whatever. So after some stuff, she ends up going to the shop. He fixes it for her. And also, when she's waiting, he says, listen, I got movies. Why don't you watch one while I make this work? And she ends up watching Kick-Ass and also eats all the bananas in his house. And he says, listen, it'll be 60,000 yen and you're all fixed. And she's like, I spent all my money yesterday. Can I give you a credit card? He's like, I don't take credit card, cash only. But you know what? How about this? We'll go to dinner tonight. You pay, we're done. So they end up going to dinner. It goes, well, she wants to take him to like a biker bar. He doesn't want to go to a biker bar. He ends up taking her to this small Chinese food restaurant that makes really big portions. And from there, they end up learning about each other. Like, turns out he is younger than her. He's only 26, she's 30, and he's a bit of a nerd. He's obsessed with anime. She also is obsessed with anime. He's also someone who talks a lot. She doesn't talk a lot. So they complement each other, and this ends up the beginning of a very interesting and weird relationship. And it is a relationship which is focused on their differences. There's a whole sequence in this first volume where she goes on a date with Yamamoto, kind of forces her to go. And it's a horrible time. And at the same time, Takahashi's there with his friends watching a Doraemon movie that she wanted to watch. And she's like, I rather would have gone there. And he ends up being a shoulder for her to cry on and complain about. And he's slowly getting her into this romance. They slowly liking each other. Like, he likes her, but he's confused by the situation. But then he likes her, she likes him. They're going to get together. And he kind of moves fast, but she doesn't get it because she's weird. It's okay. It's an okay story. It's not terrible. Is it as good as they say? It's okay. Here's what I will say, though. The story, it's a slow burn that's realistic, but it is a slow burn, and some parts do make no sense. And honestly, I find Panko a little bit annoying. But there's some really good story developments later on with her. Like, there's a story of her going home and her realizing that home isn't home anymore. And that's a cool element. But overall, it's just very, oh, he likes her, but he's weird and doesn't know how to say it, but he knows how to say it, and whatever, you know? But I digress. So anyway, let's go on to the art. How's the art? Is the art good? Is the art bad? It's okay. It's, when you look at Panko and Takahashi, they're amazing. They look really intricate. But then you look at background characters, background images, and it goes from really great art to this guy looks like he has circle eyes. It's like, focus on the foreground and then forget the rest. Art isn't that great. It's better than a lot of other series. A good example is Initial D. Initial D, the characters look horrible, but the cars look great. This is the reverse, where the two main characters look great, but everything else looks pretty bad. Next, to the story's okay. The art is good. The main thing, is it worth reading? Honestly? I'm going to be honest. With my rating, it's a gift from your crazy Aunt Muriel. It's okay, but in the end, forgettable, because it's like, oh, there's a difference. She's younger than him, or he's younger than her, but it's like a 4-year difference. It's not crazy. It's not like he's in high school. He's 27, she's 30. It's not bad. It's based on an interesting anecdote that happened with Matsumushi-san. The art's not great, but it's better than, like I said, Initial D. It's okay. And it's a slow burn that feels realistic, so it's decent. It's just not wonderful. It's just, could have been better, could have been worse, you know? But what were your thoughts? What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let me know. Email me zanspiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week, because we've got some interesting ones for this week. Some that are crazy and some that are very, what the hell. And actually, we're starting off with X-Men, the Manga Remastered, Volume 2. Then we have Who Made Me a Princess, Volume 9. Turns out my real life friend is my online friend is my real life boss, Volume 3. Todai Revengers 3-4. This is screwed up, but I was reincarnated as a girl in another world, Volume 15 of the manga. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, light novel, Volume 20. Tank Chair, Volume 3. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Volume 23, light novel. Sleepy Princess in the Demon's Dungeon, Volume 27. Quality Assurance in Another World, Volume 11. Please Go Home, Miss Akutsu, Volume 8. Otonari Complex, Volume 3. No Longer Allowed in Another World, Volume 8. Nina the Starry Bride, Volume 8. Miri Lives in the Cat's Eye. Minecraft the Manga, Volume 1. Meth E Meth. This is a complete series. Love is Dark, Volume 2. Loner Life in Another World, the manga, Volume 11. The novel, Volume 11. Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 33. Kimono Jihen, Volume 15. Kaguryo Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, Volume 10 of the light novel. Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 25. Imaizumi Brings All the Girls to His House, Volume 2. How to Deal When Your Intimidating Neighbor is Actually an Omega, Volume 2. Go-Go Loser Ranger, Volume 12. Face to Lips. The Eccentric Doctor at the Moonflower Kingdom, Volume 9. Easygoing Territory Defense with the Optimistic Lord, Volume 4, the manga. The Drifters Omnibus 1. Drifters is finally getting an omnibuy. They're not doing a hardcover like they did with Hellsing, surprisingly. Corpse Blade, Volume 2. Combats Will Be Dispatched, Volume 11. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Cards, Volume 10. Call to Action Defeating Dungeons with a Skill Board, Volume 9. Call of the Night, Volume 19. The Big Apple, Volume 2. Ayakashi Triangle, Volume 14. At 2500 in Akasaki, Volume 3. Ascendance of a Bookworm, I'll Do Anything to Become a Librarian. The Ascendance of the Goddess, Volume 2, arc. Animal Crossing, Volume 8. And last and certainly not least, we've got 2345. And these are the manga release for the week. Which one are you most excited about? Email me to know which one you're most excited about, or let me know in the comments down below which one you're not excited about. What do you think about this week's release? Now, me personally, my ones for this week are going to be Drifters, Volume 1, the Omnibus, because Drifters is such a unique series. It's not a great series, but it's a pretty cool series. Methy Meth, the concept just, I don't know what it's about, but it just sounds intriguing. Minecraft the manga, honestly, everyone's going to be buying the Minecraft manga because Steve is the main character, let's be honest. Miri Lives in the Cat's Eye, Volume 1. This series sounds very different and one which I want to explore. And last but not least, Tank Chair, Volume 3. I stumbled upon Tank Chair. I thought it was the most insane story ever. And it totally is worth reading because it is that freaking crazy. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Email me, zanspock.com, or tweet me at Spock and let me know your thoughts. But anyway, thank you for checking out this podcast. Every email I get, every comment I get gives me motivation to keep doing this podcast. Every new subscriber, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about this. I want to keep doing this so I'm an old man who reads manga with thick glasses and large print manga. So help me to keep doing this. And thank you for checking this out so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And with that in mind, let's actually get to, beforehand, remember to like, share, subscribe, donate to our Patreon and our GoFundMe at gofundme.com/Spiraken or tinyurl.com/Spiraken. Help me to keep the lights on here and to fix my laptop so I could go to more conventions. I'm applying to Animazement. Will they accept me? I don't know, but we're going to find out. And with that in mind, let's get to the part that you've been waiting for, the most popular part of this podcast. And what are we talking about? We're talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, accept no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is the one I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga, episode 583. We've got some great titles on here, some weird titles, and some which I've been waiting to review for a while. So let's spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode, shall we? Number 4, Last Quarter, an Ayazawa joint. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We're going to have to wait and find out. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and as usual, I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time, and keep reading manga. I will see you later.